Hello guys! Finally, the new update arrived, Legendarium Online, and we have a lot of things to cover, so I'm going to start right now. Today's update is focused on reworking all of the animations that we had before, and of course a lot of them still should be polished, and we will be doing this, let's say, during alpha development process, but even for now they're actually good enough so to start playing. Let's go. First thing that I would like to show you is how the character now takes items and hides it in his backpack. So for example, this sword. So let's go to the combat mode. So he hides it, he taking it from his back and hiding it. Same thing for the shield. So he uses the left hand now to take the shield and hiding it using the same direction. And same thing for the axe. I would like to show one more time the sword and shield, and just to show you when we have, let's say, both weapons at the same time, when we go back to the peace mode, he hides them instantly, simultaneously. And same thing for the combat mode, and for the war stance. It's time to take a look on how all of the movements look like in the game. So this is the peace mode. We can go back and forth, strafing, left, right. And if we go into the battle stance, so now we use our left hand to cover us, and the right hand we have a weapon. If we hide the shield, so now it's only one hand animation, and if we take something in our both hands, we have a proper animation for that as well. So all of the sprints has been changed, and the logic as well. So now if we are sprinting, let's say we should hold the key to do that. We cannot change our direction really fast. So and the turning speed is slowed significantly. So this is the normal speed, left, right, and if we sprinting, it's really barely moving. So that's the animation for the two hands sprinting. Let's go into the peace mode. Nothing in our hands. Let's take something, let's say in one hand. Sorry, in combat mode, of course. So that's the run back and forth with the sword in it. And almost close to this one with the shield. In addition to this, so now the cast animation, I'm not sure it was working before, but so since now, regardless of what is equipped in our hands, we have a custom animation. So even players on range will see that we are casting something. Once the cast ended, he shows that, okay, so I'm throwing something. Let me show this with fireball. Okay. I also added the animation that represents that we just landed after some jumping or falling state like this. So every time he jumps, he let's say uses just a couple of moments, let's say it's less than a second basically, and he stops everything and he cannot do nothing during this time. So it actually prevents constant jumps and make it more realistic. Now if we turn it around, the character actually represents by his legs that we are doing this, like this. So we turn it left, turn it right, and the same thing for the combat modes as well. So like this is the turning left or turning right. And same thing for the X also. So now it's not just like on the wheel or something. So it's more realistic now. And now let's start speaking about something really interesting. Check this out. So like in regular games, the character can just stay close on the edge and nothing actually happens. However, in Legendarium, you will see that the character really shows us, okay, there is an edge. I cannot actually put my feet on it. And that works for all of the stances, all of kind of situations. Let's say this is my left hand. So he's not, let's say, using that space. He doesn't put the feet on it. And for example, if we change the stance, this is for the battle stance. So as you can see, he's really like almost bouncing on his right hand just not to jump over there. This is another hand, sorry, foot. Okay. Even if we change the stance, he still remember that, okay, we were staying on the edge. I cannot do nothing actually with it. Even if you do, for example, like a casting, still the same. So it's not something that is really hard-coded. It's happening all the time. Okay. Let's check from, let's say, different perspective. Let me turn around the character, and it's the same thing. Oh, let me just not to fall off. Looks pretty good. And actually, the same works for not only for, let's say, complete edges like this, but also on any hills, like here. So his leg is not like flying, so he knows that I cannot just, let's say, put my foot on it. And so for any kind of surface, it works absolutely great like this. So there is a tiny space between the left foot and the ground. That's why he have to lift it up a little bit. And same thing for, let's say, for other animations as well. Let's say here. Okay, so he's almost falling down, so that's why he used his foot on the still puts it on the ground. Okay, let's move forward. So in the combat state, now we do have the pointer of the direction where the mouse moves. So as you can see, it's just in the center. I'm not sure if you see it or not. Hopefully the resolution is fine enough. So if we left to the left, the arrow shows left. Moving right, it shows right. And so you got the idea. So it actually defines the direction of the attack. For example, if you would like to do the, let's say, the swing from the top, we just move the mouse a little to the top and it already reacts on it. If we would like to swing just from the right, we just slightly move the mouse to the right and it defines the direction of the attack. Let me show you. From the top, from the right, from the top right. So I'm just using just my mouse. Nothing is using a hotkey or something. From the left, bottom left, from the left. This is for the top left, top again. So from the bottom. So whatever direction I would like to choose it, using it. If no movements detected during the last moment that is actually configurable by the player, it will just hit into the center. So what it actually gives, it gives us a huge flexibility in PvP, PvE combats. It's completely action-based combat. The next thing that is, so now we correctly using our the direction, our, let's say, where we look the character. So if we look forward, so he lifts his body and showing, demonstrating, okay, so I'm looking somewhere on the top. The same thing for the bottom. And of course the aim also reacts. So if we would like to do, let's say, to hit something on the top, we just do like this, something on the bottom, and so on. So basically we definitely can just decide what to attack to use. So attack from the right, now I need to attack from the left, now I need to attack from the top, and so on. So you got the idea. And for example, our enemy will be just parrying something from the right side, but so we will use the left attack to hit him from the left side, and so on. Let's say the direction of attack, it's really the key in all of the combats that would be in the game. What else? Let me just really quickly to show you how a different weapon attacks looks like. So without shield, just with one sword, it's the left attack, sorry, right, left, then top, bottom, and so on. So whatever angle I choose, the character will use it, right? And also let me try the two-hand now. So it's heavy enough, so the swings are a little bit different, and he's wasting time, let's say, more on this. The right swing, the left one, also the angles, and so on. So that's it for the swings. For the next, let's say, demo, I would need to run another client, and give me a moment. Okay, I launched another clan, and he's coming just in a moment. Run. Okay, here we go. This is another character. Now I'm playing on 2 clients at the same time. I believe this one. Okay. So now we have, let's say, a bot that swings all the time, and let me show you. So I'm taking the sword, and now I can parry all of the attacks, regardless of, let's say, do I have shield or no. So even the one-hand weapons as well, like in the Star Wars. So by aiming top or right, I can decide should I, let's say, block attacks from the top, from the bottom, from the left, from the right, and so on. So if he swings me, if he try to, let's say, attack me somewhere from the bottom, so I'm doing this, from the top this, and so on. Okay, let me show you how the parry look like now. So this client, this bot is using exactly the same mouse direction like my primary one, so that's why I can actually control from what direction he's going to attack. Okay, let's go. Hit me, buddy. So every time I parry his hit, his metal sword lands on my metal sword, and that's why you do see the sparks happening. Okay. Also, we do have multiple power animations, so it's completely random. If he hits me in my right hand, you just saw that. So our guy currently is trying to block his attacks just using one-hand weapons. Let me try to block the attack from the top. No, I didn't do this. One more time. Okay. From the top. No. From the top. So, oh, yeah, I did this. So because it's still not that, let's say, easy to do, because you don't have a shield. With the shield, the things, let's say, become really easy now. So again, with the shield, I need to, let's say, to point onto the weapon in order to show actually the direction of the attacks. So if there is let's say, arrows or swings from the top, so I put my shield this way, I can block attacks into my legs, into my head, from the top, from the right, from the left. Okay, let me come close to this guy. Okay, so now because I'm just keeping my shield in front of me, and this one is really a large shield, he covers almost all of the part, so without actually really a movement and additional, let's say, experience how to play this game, you will not be able to kill me. And of course, once we release, the shield will have, as well as any other item, it will have the durability, so I will not be able to constantly keep it in front of me and block all of the attacks, as well as just next release I'm gonna to add stamina use or energy use and mana into the game. So every time we hold something and we powering, it will be the energy will be decreasing, so we will not be able to do this constantly. Okay. And just like I promised last time, so now depends on the where actually the hit landed, the impact animation, I mean taking damage animation will be completely different. So if you take the swings from the left, so the body will move at the same direction to the left, from the right to the right, and so on to the center. It will be a proper actual animation for this. So actually, before we can test this, I need to take off all of the armor because it absorbs all of the damage now. Okay, let's try it. So I'm moving my mouse left right just to let it. Okay, so the hit from the left, right, from the right. Okay, so you definitely see. So whatever the attack, and by the way, this is the center attacks. So my body moves just back because he hits me in the center. What is also interesting is when we hit the some kind of object, like let's say a non-creature or obstacle. So we do have the proper animation for this. So when we hit something, it hurts and it bounces back. So whatever animation we use, it shows us, okay, so we hit something, but it wasn't actually someone's body. Even the ground, if we hit the ground and we touch it, so same thing happens. So while we are in the combat stance, now we can try to avoid attacks by using, let's say, jumps or strafes or dodges, whatever you call it. So for example, if something goes just directly on me, I can just jump back, as you can see, like this. Or do the same to the left, to the right. So this gives me, let's say, the player possibility to show, let's say, more skill. You can literally beat 1 versus 3 other players by avoiding their attacks, using the proper animation, proper direction of your attacks, and so on. You can parry all of the attacks, even using just with one hand, and so on. And also, let's start to talk about, so I added just a few, I believe 3 new abilities to the game. Let me show you. Let me demonstrate it right away. First of all, let me drag it into the hotkey bar. Don't pay attention on the icons. It's just a temporary one. So I got 2 abilities for the one-hand weapon and 1 ability for the two-hand weapon. It's not like a magical skills. It's just the abilities that is going to be learned by your character once you reach appropriate level in the skill of using that weapon. For example, if you're using swords, it's like it would be if your swordsmanship would be enough, this ability would appear in your spell book, let's say, or ability book. Okay, so the first one, it looks like this. So when we fight someone, just imagine we do something, and then the ability, bam, wow. So the first ability, which you will get somewhere, let's say in the mid-level of your swordsmanship skill, so it's jump forward with the right swing attack, and also we can choose the destination where we would like to aim our sword. So if we put the hand somewhere on the top or even somewhere on the bottom. And oh, by the way, let me try to use it on different clients so you would see it more, let's say, better on the client that I'm capturing. Let me disable the auto attacker script. Okay. Let me drag the skills for this character as well. Okay, so the sword. Oh. The stream a little bit glitching right now. Anyway, so the next attack. By the way, let me actually hit this guy. So he just stays. He doesn't predict anything, and he bam, just directly into his head. So the next attack, the logic actually the same. The next attack would be like this. Also, I hit his iron arm with this. Or let me take more powerful weapon just to kill this guy eventually. So this is like kind of whirlwind. Bam. And oh, he died. Dude, no, you still have HP. I need to fix this bug probably. Looks like he has died before reached 0 HP. Okay, and the next, actually, the last one ability that they added, again, this is just for demo purposes, with the two hand. It's a little bit different than others. So in like this, and so what I actually can do is to add, like, let's say, a massive animation, so let's say some visual effects, and make it like a video or a blade and soul or something. But my goal is to keep the game is more hardcore, realistic, and more, let's say, like medieval ages. So I would try to avoid some kind of really huge visual effects in the game. Once again, just to demonstrate how the axe ability looks like, I launched another client, and I'm here. Oh, sorry, it's not that. Okay, so actually I have an axe already. And the ability looks like this. So some kind of a ghost axe chasing this. So this visual effects just represent that, okay, so this guy wasted his energy for this swing, and so he used some kind of ability. Of course, we would have about 10 to 15 abilities per weapon, per skill, if it's swordsmanship. So all kind of swords will have the same abilities. And so, of course, it's in addition to the magics that we would have, I mean, all of the magic spells, talents, and a lot of other things. But this is just for the demo purposes. This was the axe, and one more time, the sword. Bam! Oh, I hit myself. Okay, so I believe it's time to kill someone. Well, let's say just like myself. Whirlwind, one more time. Oh, I missed that. Yeah, you still can miss it. Okay, so the last shot, I will do this. Let's say, bam, directly to his head. Oh, look at this guy. He just throw it back. I even see. Oh, do you see like I do? So he's completely broken, this guy now. Okay, so the last thing that I would like to mention is our Discord community server. And first 50 people who will join our server will get permanent, constant, I mean, the access to the game until the world ends, you know. So you will get the access to all kind of closed beta test, early access to the game once we launch it. So it's, let's say, a free ticket to Legendarium Online. I would be really happy if you join and share with us your comments, what you think about this. We are welcome for any kind of suggestions. Let's say what should we do, what should we add, or maybe even what should we change, and so on, as well as Discord community server, also the Twitter page. So I will put link somewhere here, and you will see it. So please join us and share your thoughts about this. Thank you. And like always, what to expect in the next update. Let me take a look on this Trello page. Okay, so during the next update, we will improve all of the UI and messages in the game. Currently, we don't have nothing, and if something, let's say, we're trying to do, but it's not, the character is not capable to do, we do have no idea what's happening. For example, if we already have shield and sword in our hands, and we're trying to equip the two-hand weapon, the UI should show us, let's say, tooltips, and sorry, I already have something in my offhand, I cannot equip that. So all this kind of stuff. Currently we have health, but we would add mana, let's say, logic and energy use. So every time we parry something, or we jump left and forth, the energy will be used, as well as all of the spells will be using the mana. So all of the mana energy stuff related will be finally working, so we will not be able constantly spamming our abilities. In addition to this, of course, I'm going to add absolutely sure I'm going to add the cooldowns for the swings, for the abilities. Let's say something like, let's call it global cooldown. So just we don't want to, let's say, to do this several times per second. So it will be like a cooldowns for swings, for abilities. And of course, I'm going to add the new abilities, some new spells, and maybe even weapons or armors. I didn't decide it yet. So a lot of updates coming in the next update. Please stay tuned. Again, subscribe on our Discord, on YouTube channel, of course. Don't miss the next update. And I'm definitely tell you that we are more close to the, let's say, closed early development test, and this would happen in just in 3 updates from now. Once we finish with this stuff, I will do the it's a little bit spoilering right now, but you already noticed that so far we're using this kind of training. Sorry, already don't have the game launched. We have this kind of all of the demonstration was done on the training bandit camp, but I'm going to start creating the world of Legendarium, and with all of the hidden legends inside it. It would be absolutely gorgeous, hopefully. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for your time, and I will definitely will be waiting you in our next update. Bye.